Hello there, and I'm here to tell you a story you should heed and take to heart. Now, I rejected this idea, but my grandson brought up the point that the younger generation might not be able to understand my words without a visual. So he put together a little demonstration using technology. Pay attention and enjoy my tale. Long ago, a man named Stanford lived happily in his town. He was of an advanced age and well versed in old techniques that were used for construction. Only by using the materials and tools that he was familiar with, he was able to construct a house like no other. Despite this, he was not a learned man by any means, for knowledge from any book would be inferior to the years of experience he had under his belt. When taking measurements, he did not use what he called newfangled technology, such as the measuring taper level. No, nothing was superior to a good old pair of human eyes, old-fashioned intuition, and his old ruling plank passed down from his grandfather. The plank was splintered and broken, but to him it was more valuable than any modern equipment sold at the time. At one point, Stanford was asked to construct the roof of a barn. He was happy to fulfill this request. Before he began his construction, however, he had to purchase the necessary hardware and materials to build such a structure. Unknown to him, the hardware store had recently been acquired by a more modern company from out of town. His entrance to the building was comparable to an astronaut setting foot on an undiscovered alien planet. The tools he saw were like living beings, able to move and twist. There were new varieties of screws and nails that he didn't even know existed. In the midst of his confusion, he accidentally purchased materials he couldn't use with his currently owned tools. He got back and attempted to install the screws and nails with what he had. However, it was not possible. His construction work was shoddy. He blamed the faults on the hardware store, of course, for there could be no other culprit. He labored away slowly and inefficiently. As he finished the barn, he stood back to admire his work. It looked all right. Slightly rough and a little slanted, but stable enough. Unknown to him, there wasn't even a slight breeze during the weeks he spent on his construction. When the next week rolled around, one strong wind took the entire structure down. Thankfully, no human nor animal was hurt. In fact, not even Stanford's pride was harmed. "It's not my fault, for my methods have stood the test of time," he proclaimed. "It's the fault of that blasted hardware store and their commitment of disrupting tradition. If it wasn't for their shoddy materials, then that barn would be as sturdy as an ox." The man, filled with spite, swore to never make a change in his ways. He lived on rejecting advancement, content and happy with his ways of the past.